Hi and welcome to another product spotlight. My name is John and today we're looking at this unusual model. This was a GP30 and it got rebuilt into something called the GP39E. So this model comes from ScaleTrains and it's from their Rivet counter series. On their website they have this model listed for $204.99 for the DCC Ready version or $314.99 for the DCC and Sound Equipped version. The model is packed in a sturdy cardboard box and then inside a clamshell case, and there's plenty of padding to go around. It also comes with this product manual, which you'll want to read through because the light and sound functions and all the other stuff you might want to know about this model is all listed in there. ScaleTrains has a whole bunch of different road names and road numbers of their GP30 models on their website, so your best bet probably is to go to the website and see if they have the ones you're looking for. The paint and markings on this model are both outstanding. The separation lines between all the colors are very clean. The green covers very well, as does the black. In addition to that, the trucks are highly detailed, and we'll take a look at those in just a second, very close up. But something else to know is that all the grills and air intakes on the side of this model are separately applied photo-etched metal pieces that look really good. Here's a close-up look at the rear truck here on the engineer side. And here's a close-up look at the front truck under the engineer's window on the engineer side. Something you'll notice when you're looking at the trucks is that the wheel faces are painted, which is a nice touch. Here's a look at the front of the model, and we'll look at the detail around the cab and in the pilot area. The cab detail includes things such as the sunshade. The windows can be positioned open or closed. The windshield has really finely rendered metal windshield wipers. There are separately applied grabs on the hood and on the front of this short hood as well. The stairs are photo etched and see-through, which is pretty cool. And then down around the pilot, you'll notice that it has uncoupling lever detail. We have additional separately applied grabs on the snowplow, hose detail. There's an MU cable here. And there are these are actually strobe lights where the ditch lights normally should be. We'll look at those later. And looking on the fireman side of the front of the model, you can see the additional hose detail over here. And then there's a recessed brake ratchet here in the short hood and more of that really finely rendered windshield wiper detail. Here's a look at the fireman side of the model. And you'll notice there's a separately applied box here. And if memory serves, I believe that's some kind of a filter. I remember I've called that a toolbox in the past and had actual railroaders who worked with these engines in real life say, no, that's some kind of a filter. You'll also notice how detailed that front truck is under the cab. And the rear truck has some additional detail as well that wasn't on the other side. So there's quite a lot of detail to see here. Here's a look at the detail on the rear of this model. You can see that it has the same kind of detail we saw on the front, like these separately applied grabs. This has a working drop step back here. Didn't talk about that on the front, but it's there as well. And it also has a whole bunch of detail down here around the rear pilot, uncoupling lever, MU cables, this MU cable here, and it looks like it has some spare knuckle holders on the pilot as well. And this view from the engineer side affords us a look at the extra hose detail down here that was hidden by the coupler before, as well as this receptacle here. Here's a look at the detail on the roof of this model, and you'll notice that these fans are separately applied photo-etched metal grills on top of what appears to be metal fans. And again, this is a rebuild, so the GP30 normally has a smaller fan in between the two large fans. That's absent on this model. but there is a horn here, which is a separately applied part. Also, I'm noticing that there's some kind of conduits or something in this area here that run to, it may be the air line for the horn, I'm not sure. Kind of looks like it. But the dynamic brake fan also has very good detail. And then this is a separately applied part where the exhaust is. It seems to be a photo etched grill here. And then there's a firecracker antenna here on top of the roof. And I'm seeing what looks to be super tiny lift ring detail as well.
Okay, now it's time to run the model. That's speed step 1. Nice. Good low speed control. Okay. Now I'm deactivating the sound function, and we'll run the model with no sound so that you can hear the noise that the mechanism makes. It's a very quiet motor. You can probably hear the jet flying overhead outside more than you can hear the model. I'm pretty impressed with the low speed control on this thing. It's really smooth even on number 1. And number 2 it's even smoother. So yeah, this thing has good low speed control.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the lights. The headlights directional and comes on with F0. And then the ditch lights come on with F7. And these ditch lights are a little funky. It turns out that these GP30s that were rebuilt into GP39Es actually had strobe lights where the ditch lights would be. This looks weird, but apparently it's correct. I had never seen that before this model. Anyway, when you turn on the noise or the sound, a bunch of other lights come on, including the number boards, the ground light under the front truck there, and there's also a light that came on along the walkway in the front, in front of the nose, and one that came on toward the back where there's an LED next to a stair or a step. So lots of lights on this thing. If you want to toggle the number boards on and off, you can hit F14 when the sound is on, and that will have that effect for you. And when I put the model in reverse, the rear headlight comes on, and once again, the rear number boards could be toggled on and off using F14. Something else, you can see the walkway light here. There's one on the other side in the same place. There's a step here and a walkway light. And then back here you can see it has the walkway light for the rear walkway.
A lot of times, model manufacturers would just put out yet another GP30, but paint it in Burlington Northern paint scheme. Well, not ScaleTrains. They decided to do the reconfigured GP30 into this GP39E, which is a prototype I've never seen in person or as a model. And not only did they do that with their GP30 release, but they paid attention to the specific details like the reconfigured fans on the roof and the strobes where the ditch lights are. I think that's pretty cool. Great job, ScaleTrains. I'll see you next time.